I'm like, I want to get it over with. You know, so I'm like, I just want to rush through it.
Well, I don't really rush through it. I try to slow myself down.
We done though.
I forget to say the words. I don't read all of them. We're whispering. Hello, people. I feel like the plant has moved.
Oh, so good morning, good morning. We are continuing the investigation of Manipura, the space at the center body. I haven't been able to find an analogy for the fact that our body has centers of energy that affect us in particular ways. And there's no, you can think of them as flavors, that if I put sugar in a batter, it's going to taste one way. If I put salt in a batter, it's going to taste another way. If I put lemon in a batter, it'll taste another way, or in drinks. And so when you access different parts of your body, you get a different result. And we overlook how important that can be if we've been seated and slumpy all day, or sitting in a car or a long airplane ride, and we're like, God, I don't know why I'm so tired. Because we've taken all of the energy of the center of us and we've blah down, and we're not upset. We're not distracted because we're super grounded. But what we are experiencing is a lack of vitality. And if we sit up and we over open here and we just have so much to say, and I don't know, I just can't organize my thoughts. I'm like, woo! So that when we use parts of ourselves and when we give it strength and when we give it attention and awareness, we begin to structure that energy, that outcome more clearly. And so Manipura really, because it's so muscular. We have 4 layers of abdominal muscles down the front that are going to go down the front, across the base, and 2 layers coming in from the side. And it's really remarkable, and it's what allows us to hooch around and climb trees and crawl on the ground. But any muscle is a pair. And so if I only had muscles to the front, what would happen is the first time I contracted them, I would be done. Unless I sort of fell over sideways and managed to open myself up. And so the muscles down the back of the spine, these are what hold you erect, your erecti spinae, and from the tops of your shoulders all the way down across the base of the low back, that chain of muscles is what holds me up. And if the back is over tightened, then my voice changes and I get kind of bossy because I'm a little stressed out and it's immediate. You can feel when you sit yourself up. You get a little bit agitated. And so or maybe I'm just very sensitive to it. We create structure, organization, boundary in the front body, and this strength keeps this safe. This strength keeps this safe. So we want to work the front and the back so that we have the capability of moving in all directions without falling apart. And that really becomes the energy here is what holds us together, our sense of self-power. So we'll come to stand. I asked someone what sets my yoga practice apart, and they said the talking. Which could mean so many things, right? The talking. Let yourself turn. Widen your feet. Step it out a little bit. Tap your heels. Wag your tail. So that by tapping your heels, we're creating a drive down into the ground. We're creating roots to hold us for the day. We're tapping yesterday out of our system. And then from there, heels stay steady. Now let your arms move and feel how your legs are a little brighter. Knees are soft. Let your hands fall against your body. And then adding a little bounce to your legs, a little bend in the knees, spin and turn. transition from shoulder to shoulder, getting into the spine. See if you can feel your navel turning right and left. And from the navel, spin your hands out a little further. Get loose right through your knuckles, right through your fingertips, out of the shoulders, out of the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just pause, coast to a stop, and feel. Down into the legs, down into the hands. Good. Keeping your feet right where they are as though you were holding 2 buckets of paint. Draw one up, one down, and then change sides. Inhale your left elbow up and exhale your right elbow up. The hand that reaches down opens. The hand that draws up closes. So the spine moves in 6 directions. We turned it left and right, and then it bends left and right. Bend and feel the sides, the obliques. We're going to go out the mouth on the exhale. So in the nose, out the mouth. Loosen your jaw, loosen your face, loosen your tongue. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand steady, feel. This is the power, this is the movement, this is the center. It comes from here. So hands up high will be inhale. Hands down will be inhale. Hands up will be inhale. Knees bend, exhale. So in, out the mouth. In. 5, 4, 3, 2, and stand, palms forward, aware of the center body. Sweep your hands wide, palms face forward, hook your thumbs, spread your fingers. Settle into your heels, take your thighs back and your tail down, lift your toes, open your armpits. Heels down, thighs back, feet long. Keep your hips where they are, go a little left with your hands, and a little right with your hands. Toes are up, thighs are back. The movement is from the navel. The movement is from the navel. It's not from the hips, it's not from the waist, move from the navel. And make it a little smaller, a little quicker. Reach right into the fingertips, drop your toes. In, out, up, out, up, out, up, out, up, out. Smaller, quicker, in. And wide down. Hands down the backs of your legs, knees soften, fold. 3 like that. Up the backs of your legs, hands wide, inhale. And down. All the way up. And all the way up. Oh, good one. Fall down. All the way up. Hands wide. Pausing, arms long. Big bend in your knees, come to hands and knees. If you need to pad your knees, add a blanket or a fold in the mat if you need it. And all we ask is to come to your elbows. And from your elbows to drop your hips back towards your heels. Keep your forearms on the floor, open the back. So inhale to elbows and inhale again to your hands. Exhale to elbows, exhale hips back, drop your head to in and in. to elbows and hips. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Tuck your chin deeply as you go back. Lead with your chin as you come up. Open. Tuck the chin, round. Good, one more like that. Rise up. And fold back. Tail long, arms long, hips side to side. Let it move. Let yourself explore and shift and fidget. Drum your fingers and lengthen your arms. Drum your fingers and inch your fingers away. And then as you drum your fingers, bring your palms down. So the base of each knuckle into the floor and the base of your thumb into the floor. And the fingers long into the floor. And as your fingers are long, as your hands open, open your elbows. And as you open your elbows, open your shoulders, and your shoulders will open your upper back. Keep all of it. Plug your thumbs into the floor, rise, hands, knees. Plug your thumbs into the floor, tuck your toes. Down dog. So your hands are your base. Hands, knees, base of the thumbs down. Keep your palms nice, flat, strong. Arms open, hips to heels. We'll go 3, rise up. Plug into the base of your knuckles and go back. And come forward, hands and knees, base of the knuckles, and press back. Go one more like that, rising up. Good, good, tuck your toes, press back. Bend one knee and bend the other. Ha! Out the mouth, out the jaw, turn to the head, move your tongue. Open and close your mouth, wag your tail, it's all connected. Hands and knees, take your right hand out long. Toes are tucked under, take your left heel out long. Draw your right elbow to your left knee, that'll be exhale. Inhale once and inhale twice. Exhale in. In, out. In, out. In, out. 3 more. In, out. In, out. 1 more. In, out. Pause, hands down. Anchor into your hands, base of the thumb, base of the knuckles. Toes are tucked under, left hand out, thumb up. Right heel back, elbow. In, out. In, out. Rounding the back as you tuck your chin, as you bring your knee to your elbow. Keep your navel to your spine as you reach out. 3, 2, 1. Put your left hand down, put your right knee down, pause. Now anchor into the hands. Good. Steady. So from the base of your first finger to the base of the knuckles, let that open the upper back. Press your hands straight down. Tops of the feet flat. Press your hands down, press your feet down, tuck your chin, lift your knees, stay 3. So press the hands down, now feel the navel draw up into your body, press down 2. This is a home of our will. It is fueled by discipline. Knees down, tuck toes. Good. Right hand behind your head, right elbow high, reach your right hand open. And then hand behind head and elbow to wrist. Roll open and then extend right hand high. Exhale behind the head, exhale elbow to wrist. Inhale, open, inhale, unfold. Exhale, rinse. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Elbow up. Hand up. Turn your palm to the front. Sit your hips back and your right hand down. High. Good. Sweep your right hand high, palm facing forward, open. Hips back. And as your hands open, they draw your hips forward. Draw your hands apart. Go again. Opening wide. And then to finish, take your right hand down and pause. Taking your hand across a little to the left, tuck your chin into your right elbow, take your right hip back. Good, right hand high. Pause, pause, draw it apart, and then right hand down. Right knuckle down, right thumb down, pause, press. Tops of your feet flat, press your hands down, press your feet, lift your knees, tuck your chin, stay. And see if there's a little more strength in that right side, that as we open the body, we become stronger. We can access what's available. Right hand, right feet. Good. Knees down, tuck toes. Left hand behind your head, left elbow high, left hand high, unfolding. And then left hand behind the head, left elbow down, take your time, find the path. Now inhale, elbow, inhale, hand. Exhale, hand, exhale, elbow. To inhale, open, inhale, unfold. Exhale, elbow, exhale, wrist. Inhale, open, inhale, up. Exhale, closing, exhale, fold. Reach up, pause, hand high. Sweep your hips back as you reach your left hand forward and down. Good. Sweep, open. Draw your hands apart, your collarbones open. Exhale, hip back, hand down. Good. Up, open. And coming down, pause, left hip back, left hand reach. Give it a moment. Turn your chin under your left armpit. Fold back, fold back, fold back. And now open hands wide. Stand up. Here we go. Pause. And take your left hand down. Base of your first finger, find the knuckle in the floor. Base of your thumb, find the knuckle in the floor. Now the space behind your neck. Tops of your feet flat. Press your hands, press your feet, float your knees, stay. And emphasize the left side, the left palm, the left top of foot. Broaden the upper back, tuck of the chin, draw your navel to your body. Stay 3. Stay 2. Move your neck, move your jaw. Press your left foot down, come onto the right ball of foot. Press your right toes down, left ball of foot, hips up. Down dog. And feel the length, feel the base of your thumbs, the base of your knuckles, opening the sides, accessing, so that the energy at the center body can move out and make our arms strong, make our legs strong, make our breath strong. Right foot steps up. Sweep your hands up high, a big lunge. Straighten your front leg, shake it out, no tension. And as you bend your front knee, back leg strong, bend your elbows down. Good. Hands up high, we'll inhale. We're opening the left side hip and then opening the upper back. Inhale up, turn your palms forward, facing forward, elbows back, open the chest. Inhale up. Lift your back thigh, 2 more, like this. So that your breath has more space. Keep your elbows down, pause, bring your palms together. Tuck your chin, this is out. Hands wide, this is in, look up. Exhale down, curl, navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Firm your back leg, go 1 more, open out. Navel to spine, tuck of the chin. Now keep the low belly strong. Press your hands and feel your belly button. Go back into your body. Keep that look forward. Keep that hands up. Keep that navel into the body. Good. And hands down. Step your feet back. Down dog. So the most familiar access and experience of Manipura is in our will, is in our strength. But if we stay there, it becomes skill. And when we stay in our skill, it becomes radiance. So we want to polish and explore the aspects of Manipura. Step your left foot up. Find a lunge, hands up high. We find strength. We find a test. We set it up, hips square. Bending your front knee, bend your elbows. Find this, set it up. Inhale up. Back heel back, back leg strong. In and out of your breath, in and out of your body. So we've built this. Palms face forward. Now, elbows back. Open the chest. Inhale up, give it breath. And give your breath space. Inhale.
Good, bend your knee. Stay, palms together, tuck your chin, navel to spine. Inhale, open, build skill. And close, navel, strong back leg. Inhale. Exhale, palms press. Keep your belly to your body. And up and open. Skill. Navel to body, back leg strong. Radiance. And set it down. Step back, down dog. Good. Hands and knees. Quietly, tops of the feet flat. Quietly, press your thumbs, press your knuckles, press down, knees 2 inches, tuck your chin, navel to spine. Can we shift from sheer domination into a quiet, into a skill? Knees down, knees wide, child's pose, elbows down, gaze forward, hips back, so knees are wide, fingers down, elbows down, gaze is forward, and you inch a little bit more forward, fitting your ribs inside your thighs, your heart toward the floor. So that opening of the upper back you began in the lunge, keep it here. Draw your hips back and your palms down so that you can find a little traction and open your armpits. Good, come forward, elbows on the floor. Tops of your feet flat. Fingertips, same thing, drawing you forward. The space you just made between your heart and the point of your chin, this goes long. Now can you open the back of your neck and up under the chin and play with those 2 points until you can find where the back of the neck is long and the front of the chest is long. And right there, draw your navel up out of your body, equally front and back. And now soften it into a skill. Belly down, hands down, press back, down dog, and pause. Notice the chest and the face. Turn your chin. Left foot to the center line, right heel high. A little more space, a little more height. And the right foot will step up. Good. Back heel to the floor, we'll cartwheel the left open to make warrior 2. Pause, just turning so you can see me. Hands up, open it up. And exhale away. Settle. So find your feet, heels into the floor. From your feet, find your knees. Back knee is open, front knee tracking to the right. One more. Good. As you find your knees, open the pelvis with the knees. Left hand down behind you, right hand high. We stay. Open from your navel. Open to the right and to the left. Open toward the floor and toward the sky. Stand in your feet. Open your knees. And then right from the navel in all directions. If you need to come up a little, come out a little. If you need to wag your tail, if you need to wag the shoulders, if you need to move your jaw, one more. Good. Warrior 2. Side angle, elbow to thigh, reach over. Bring your left elbow to your ribs, look down. Reach out, look up. We'll go 2 more like that. Elbow, look down. Reach out, stand your left heel in the floor. And one more, elbow to thigh. Good. Reach out, look up, stay a beat. And then look down, set down, left knee to the floor, hands up high. Pause. Bring your hips back by straightening your front leg a little bit. Just hold your elbows, give a little shimmy. Press your left toes down to send your hip forward. That's it. Then a little forward. So the back toes press down, and he creates length through the left side, and your front knee bends only an inch at a time. Explore it. And then release your jaw. Bend the front knee, let it in, and hands down. Lift your back knee, stay, and look forward. Feel if your heart is rounded in. Come onto your fingertips and draw your heart and your navel forward. Strengthen your back leg to do it. Lift your eyebrows. Draw the front of you forward, and from your navel to your heel, draw back. Ha! It's all in your jaw and in your eyes. And step back, down dog. So we have to make space because the navel is connected to so many things. We have to open out in many directions to find our way in. Right foot to the center, left heel high. Right. So feel the left heel make space in your breath. Feel how the left heel lifts you up out of your hands. And then make space for your breath. Ha! Left foot steps up, warrior two. So draw your right hand back, your right heel down, and sweep wide. Good. Straighten the front leg and just let it move for a minute and go wide. Nice. Rising up, find the outer edge of your back foot and then come forward. That's it. Good fix. One more. Lift the arch of your back foot. Yes. From there, front knee bends. There. Keeping that back foot lifted. The right hand down, the left hand comes up. So the back leg is strong and the back thigh rises into your hand. Now wag the tail. How can you find more space to the left waist, to the right waist, down toward the floor, up towards your heart? Open the abdomen right here. Ha! Out of your jaw, out of your eyes. And warrior two. Keep what you've made, elbow to thigh. Now open the other side. Right hand makes a fist, right elbow to right ribs, looking down. Reach out, look up, inhale. And then exhale, elbow to rib. Reach from your back heel up, out through your right hand, and down. The whole of the back outer hip involved. Reach up, look up, stay. Exhale. Navel to spine. So widen to the right and to the left. Lengthen into the heart and into the hips. Good, good, good. Stand in that right heel. Lift the arch of your back foot. You got it. Yes. Look down, hands down. Right knee down. Pause. Hands up high. Shift it back. So that you can find pushing your right toes down into the floor. We'll square and open the right hip. Hold opposite elbows. Up and out. So we're opening from mid-thigh to mid-rib, forward an inch. See if you can notice, are your elbows in one line? And you come forward, and you explore, and then you bend the left knee as your hands come down, look forward, heart forward. Notice you want to round down because the front body's short. Draw your heart forward. Come onto your fingertips. Lift your back knee. And as your back heel goes back, your heart coming forward like Sphinx. Your gaze going forward. So the senses that are aligned with Manipura are your eyes. If we take action, we must see. Hands down, step back, down dog. Look back. That now your gaze is more accessible, looking between your shins. Looking back, plug the base of your knuckles into the floor, the base of your thumbs into the floor. Find it all. When our eyes are open and our actions are strong, now we can take delight. We can take delight in what we're up to. Right foot steps up. Bend your left knee, put your armpit over your right knee, and widen your hands as you can. So you can fit your knee right into your armpit. That's it. Push yourself forwarder. Yes. Forwarder. See, it helped. Fingertips to the floor. Now use your knee in your shoulder to take your heart forward again. Can you feel how short the front body is actually? Good, fingertips wide, heart coming forward. Same that we did, we lift the back knee, But this time we'll put the back heel to the floor, like warrior two. Good, yep, find that. Right hand can come forward if you need space. And then your right hand actually is going to come inside your right heel. Good, good. Left hand to your low back. Let your hips, they want to kick to the right. You're going to swing your hips into the center line, which will turn your gaze up. The more you let your hips into the center, the more you look up, the left hand to rise. Turn your palm to the front. From your navel, reach to your back heel. From your navel, reach to the top of your head. Bend your right knee, stay 3. Bigger bend in the right knee, stay 2. Reach the left hand overhead as though to put your palm on a table in front of you. Stand in your left heel and the left hand down. Step back down dog. Pause and float your right heel high, bend and straighten your right knee, drop your head. And just relieve whatever that generated. Press into your right heel, left heel, draw them apart and set it down. Notice. So there might be a little more space for breath. The left foot steps up. The right knee comes down. So we build the underside of the pose by putting your knee into your armpit and your fingertips forward and wide. And the aim here, you can take your hips forward and back, is that as your hips come forward, as your knee finds your armpit, you're taking your heart forward. As your heart forward, your gaze goes further forward. That I can see further. If I can see the implications of my actions a year from now, 10 years from now, 200 years from now, what difference would I make in my actions? Good. Lift your back knee. Keep your heart forward. Keep your gaze forward. When things become difficult, we tend to draw back into ourselves. I can't make that change. That would be too hard. Stay out there. Stay way out 200 years from now. Hand down inside your heel. Right heel to the floor. Right hand to your low back. Can you gaze forward? When we gaze into the future, we're a good ancestor. Hips swing to center. Turn your ribs open. Hips forward. Right hand high. Hips toward the center. Keep swinging them under you. Heart forward. Heel down. Right hand overhead. Take your time. Take your time. Overhead like you're resting your hand on the tabletop. That's it. Stephanie, swing your hips toward the center. Under you. Yes! That's the spot. Softer, Lori. Something softens. Yes! Good. Hands down. Step back. This will be a dog to remember. Beauty, beauty. It is big. Heel up. Bend and straighten your leg. Remove any tension. Knees down and wide. Child's pose. Let it out. Wag the tail. Wag the tail. We'll just thread the needle for a moment here. Let your hands rise up and we'll rinse it out. Taking your left hand, no big preparation, left behind the right. Drop your left shoulder to center line. And let yourself rock forward and back over that left shoulder before you really drop your head. Keep your head lifted, a little forward, a little back. And when you find neutral, drop the left temple to the floor. The back of your left hand into the floor. Ha. Right hand high. Pause. And just imagine you have a great beach ball between your hands and that beach ball continues to inflate. Back of the left hand into the floor. Right hand overhead if you choose. Fingertips to the floor. Right toes tuck under. Right knee to lift. And feel the right side open and feel the left side soften beneath you. So we begin will, determination,
Turn it into skill. Be aware what touches the floor, what rotates, and then radiate light. Right knee down, right hand down, shift back. We'll find child's pose and walk your hands to the left. Letting your hands be heavy, letting your right elbow be heavy, letting your right shoulder drop. And the right hip softens and opens. Noticing that it's necessary to slow down, that the element of Manipura is a fire, but no fire blazes endlessly. Let it settle to a coal, so it's waiting and ready. Rise up, hands and knees. Right hand threads behind left. Right shoulder finds the floor. Forward and back on the right shoulder. Good. Keeping your hand lifted, forward and back. Find your way in. So there's some mobility. You can move the hips. Finding neutral, drop the right side of your head to the floor and open the upper back. The left hand press flat to the floor and away from you. Open the right hand, the back hand to the floor. And from the stability of your right hand on the floor, the left hand may rise or not. As though you have this big beach ball and keep inflating the beach ball, keep falling back. Turn your palm to the front, reach overhead, fingertips to the floor, spin. Lift your left knee, tuck of the toes, open the left side, stay, 3. Let it become skill. Skill has a quiet, a certainty, an exploration. A knee to the floor. Left hand back and down, press down. From your hands and knees, shift your hips back. In your child, walk your hands a step to the right. And drop into the left hip. Left hand is heavy, left elbow is heavy, left ribs are long. There is space. There is space internally. Rising the hands and knees. Tuck the toes. Anchor into the hands. High plank. Widen your feet to the outer edge of your mat. Wag the tail. Press out your feet. Find the base of your thumbs and the base of your knuckles. Broaden the back of your neck. You'll tap your left knee and then straighten. Tap your right knee and straighten. Inhale, tap, exhale, straighten. Inhale, tap, exhale, straighten. As one knee taps, the other side strengthens. One leg is strong, one knee is softening. And as we do, the navel comes up and up, stabilizing the mid-back. The hands press down, stabilizing the chest. And we simply tap one knee and then the other knee. And now we build a little fire. We build a little fire. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Hips up. Step both feet to the left side. Step your left in front of your right. Bring your knees to the floor. So you have a cross-legged child, hips back. We go only 3 times. Fold, rinse, empty. Inhale up. Draw your navel forward. Take your gaze forward. And then fold into the intensity of your hips and drop your head. Use your hands. Pull forward. Pull your gaze further. And then fold. Drop your hips between your heels. All the tension of your belly out your legs. Inhale, pull forward. Last one. Tuck your chin, fold back. Soften your belly, soften your hips, soften your back. Stay a breath. Fall in, soften the belly. Oh. Rising, knees down, plug into your hands. Thumbs, base of the knuckles. Uncross your feet, widening your feet to the outer edge. Now both knees tap and both knees press. If this becomes too much, go one knee at a time. We'll go for 6 and press. Base of the thumbs down. You built the hands, and now the legs can access the navel. As you bend your knees, pull your knees towards your hands. As you straighten, press to your heels. One more. Press straight, hips up, down, down. Feet to the right. Right foot in front of the left. Bend your knees down. Right is in front of left. On your exhale, hips to heels. Empty all of it. What are you carrying? Inhale, look forward. Out the mouth as you side back. High. In. Open the mouth, tongue out, lion. In. As though you could clean your guts. One more. Stay. Hands and knees, tuck of the toes, uncross, down dog. And notice your dog, the outer hips opening, the arms out long, base of the thumbs down, base of the knuckles, palms are strong, knees are soft. Walk your feet to your hands. Sit to your seat. Walk your hands back. Pause it. So with your heels wide, let your knees fall left. And then your knees fall right. And the heart stays high. There might be this little habit of dropping the heart and moving from here. And you can even try it out. What happens to the pose when you move from here versus when your heart is high? Keep the knees to the left. Pause. Drop your right knee toward the floor. Your left fingers will turn away from your left hip. So the left shoulder blade comes under the body, the right hand comes up. Press your right knee down into the floor. Good. Bend your left elbow to the floor, reach your right hand over. And take your right thumb, so your right palm sees the floor, take your right thumb back a little and your right hip forward a little, just a little, and press your right knee down. So from your right knee to your right hips, roll your inner thigh down toward the floor. Roll your outer arm forward and down toward the floor. And then right hand high. Sweep wide, off the elbow, hands back and side to side. Good. Your knees will fall right, allowing your left knee down. Turn your right fingers away from your hip and left hand high. Good. Knee down, knee down. Send your knee down, send your hip forward. That's it. Now right elbow comes down and left hand goes over. Press your left knee down. Yes, send your left hip forward. That's it. Flatten your hand, Lori, like you're on a countertop. Yes, there we go. Good. Turn your chin down. 3. So press your knee down into the floor. A little rotation. And then left hand up and open and behind you. Feet flat. So both fingertips pointing away, heart high, chest broad. This might be plenty. We will go into a tabletop a little at a time. So we'll lift the hips. But if not lifting the hips this space, keep the knuckles down, the base of your first finger, middle finger, ring, pinky, broad collarbones, a great place to stay. If you're going into tabletop, you would turn your fingers to point towards you, elbows wrap in to lift your hips, right? So sit down, widen your elbows, because that's a key bit. Heart up, elbows in, heart up, now hips up. Yes, much better, that's it. So hips just part way, and rock a little forward and feel how that opens your shoulders. Go a little bit, yeah. And then take it back, plug your hands down, elbows in, you come a little higher. Rock forward, little bend in the elbows back, heels up, and then feet down. Elbows in, heart up, feel your body getting longer. A little bit forward, wise of the shoulders, heels down. If you need to, because you've made space, a little walk of the hands or the feet, and stay 3. So one gaze is forward, or gaze straight up. I don't recommend looking back, but that's an option. Hands down, open the upper arm, lengthen the navel, and sit down. Good. Elbows bend, and bend, and bend, and lie to the floor. Let your palms turn open, let your heels be wide, let your knees fall in. That there may be a pulse you're newly aware of in your body. And the pulse may establish itself in the belly, in the abdomen. And if it's not there, we're going to encourage it. Bring your knees to your chest. Good, roll up to a seat. Legs long, hands overhead. This will be inhale. So shoulders come down, palms face forward. And as you roll back, you find Ardha Navasana, half boat. So your feet come up. Good, hands high, palms forward. This is inhale. Exhale, full. In the mouth, in the nose, sorry. Out the mouth. In. In. And out. Palms together, knees to your shoulders. And out. Inhale, knees to chest. Out to straight. In, knees to shoulders. Out to press. 2 more. Go where you can. And then we're going to pause. So palms stay together, feet stay together, stay for 4. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. Here's the thing, knees bend, bring it in. As you extend your legs, sit up, hands high, open and pause. Feel the navel, feel the navel, feel the navel. That is an energy of organization, of decision making, of participation. Breathe it into your body. Let it change you. Let everything soften around it. So from determination, shift it into skill. Refine it until it becomes radiance. You are glowing in the belly. Ardha Navasana. Fall back. Skillful. Right. Fall back. So you're clearing the way. We light the fire to burn away what's unnecessary, what's been keeping in the corners. Make it fuel. 1 more. Hands up, opening out. We'll bring the palms together. We'll draw the knees to the shoulders. We'll inhale as we straighten. We'll exhale, close your eyes. And there is a strength. There is a light. And now we light the light. And now we light the blaze. And then we extend the legs and we pause. And there is a fire that lights our way for 2. But we are skillful. And knees bend and feet flat and palms open. And then we are radiant. So that if we begin to understand the pattern and refinement of this energy, we don't burn our house down. We don't turn this energy into conflict and argumentation. It is a beautiful light, full of capability. Take your hands overhead, backs of the hands to the floor, heels under the knees, lift the hips. Adjust the shoulders, tuck a shoulder under, then another. This will be inhale, exhale, elbows down, hands down, spine down. So inhale, hands up, we go 3 rounds. Imagining you are opening the whole front line of the body. Hands down. Inhaling up on the breath, exhaling down on the breath. Find your pace. Find your height. You've made strength, you've made structure, you've made alignment. So explore that and use that. We'll go 1 more. And then keeping your hands overhead, keeping your hips up high. Bend your elbows, bring your elbows down beside you. Tuck a shoulder, tuck another, plug into the floor, spread your fingers wide. Inner thighs roll down. Maybe that's your work, or interlace your fingers, press the pinky edge down. But we stay for 4. A little wag of the tail, one hip up and then the other, until they are equal. If they are stuck, let them move. If they're mobile and distracting, make them steady. Find your way in a little further. And then release your hands, hands to thighs. Press away. There is an illumination needed to see ourselves, to see our light. Comes from here. Just breathe that light a little bit bigger. So if that is plenty, I would offer you the option to stay as you are, and we will come back and meet you here. Or I will open the sides and take this a little further into the hips and the chest and come back in 4 minutes. It's absolutely your option. Going on with me, knees to chest. We'll roll up and add the blanket beneath the knees. And have a blanket, have a block on either side. So I'll put a block at the front and a block at the back. And I'll set my blanket beneath me, turning towards one side of your mat, whichever's best for you. So the work we've just done was linear, up and down through the front and back body. And we want to open and widen that line a little bit, stepping your front foot. So I'm going to say, rather than left and right, the front foot is closest to the front of the mat and the back foot is closest to the back, because we're different. So left knee bends, front knee bends, and straightens. Your front hand comes to your inner knee and it tracks your knee a little to the left. And your back hand comes to the front of your back hip. And they draw apart from one another. So as you straighten, the front knee wants to drop in and your hand will help it open. As you bend your knee, your back hip wants to collapse and you help it open. And now you move between the two, keeping your right back hip tacking back and keeping your front knee tacking open. And then find the space, smaller and smaller movements until they are open equally. You may not be very far in, and just notice that. And take your left elbow, your front elbow, to your front thigh and sweep up and over.
Good, now let the hips move a little forward and back. Yes, that's the plan. So, Lori, keep your back hip moving forward. That's it. Press your toes into the floor like you were doing camel. Same thing, Stephanie. Let your front knee go left and open the back hip. Good. Take all the length of your back shoulder, back arm and bring it down to the block behind you. Down to the back of the mat. Good. Left hand will sweep over. Standing in the front foot. Opening through the front side of the pelvis. Find all the length you can. That's it. Foot flat to the floor. Send your hips forward. Turning the heart so slightly if you can. You'll bend the front knee again. And this will draw you up, hands wide. Turn your toes at the front to point sort of mostly forward. So forward is going to be more of an effort, more of an advance. Find the place that keeps your knee safe is my biggest suggestion. Hand on the knee or on the shin, top hand, the back hand comes up over. Send your hip forward. Send your back hip forward. So super frisky would be to bring the front hand down to the top of the foot. Super frisky would be that the top hand comes down and the palms meet and the head comes between. Yes, go where you can, go where you can. Come up and 2 knees down. Karyasana gate pose. Opening the gate. Notice the right side, left side. Good. Step toward the back of the mat. Back hand to the knee. Front hand to the front hip. That's it. Keep your hips coming forward toward the side of your mat. That's better, Stephanie. Nice one. Press your toes down. So send your hip into your hand, Lori. Yes. Yes. Like you were trying to close a kitchen drawer with that front hip. Perfect. Perfect. Now let your knee go toward the pinky toes. You go toward the back of the mat. Now get it smaller and widen the line from hip to knee. Yes. And then elbow to thigh. Keep that knee wide. Take the top hand up and over, reaching toward the back of the mat. Pausing. Hip forward like you're closing that drawer. Good. Take all the length. The top hand comes up over, reach to the front block. And the back hand comes over the top. The hip continues to come forward. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good fix. That's a plan. Ha. All the breath you can muster. Good. And upright. As you straighten the back leg, take the top hand all the way up over. Hand to the thigh or to the shin. Coming over. Coming over. Now, if you do take the back of your hand to the top of your foot, your hips will fold back and the palms will come together. 2. Yes. 1. Cartwheel your hands down. And walk your feet forward to sit on your butt and come back. So if you were resting on your back, we meet you here. Hands overhead or out wide. As you straighten your legs, take your heels wide as the mat. Shake the feet and shake the knees. Loosen. We also hold anxiety in the belly, the gut, the abdomen. And as you loosen your feet, keep them moving as though they were in moving water. Keep your knees a little soft. As they move, soften the lining of your abdomen. Soften all the ways you hold fear or concern or preparation in your belly. Good. Soften. Become very watery. So the right heel is outside of the right corner of the mat. Take your left foot and cross it over the right. Keep your hips in the center. Your right hand will hold the left wrist and gently take it and the shoulders
to the right. Turn your chin to the right. And then soften. Soften the work of your legs. Use the hook of your ankles as the bind and let your left thigh become heavy. Let your left ribs become heavy. Let your breath become heavy. What else can you rest on the floor? The hands, the shoulders, the back of your head, the mid-back, the hips. Softening the left hip. Breath descends and settles into the abdomen. Soften your left shoulder and wrist. Become delicate, effortless. A little more so. Walk it back into the center. Knees bend, feet flat, and your hands come down. Find neutral. There'll be a big difference between left side, right side, potentially. Walk your right foot to the center line, lift your left foot and cross it over the right, as high up on the thigh as you can. Then lift your hips and shift them to the left. Arms wide, lift your feet, and the knees drop to the right. Ha. If you need to, you may put a block beneath the knees that meet the floor. So with the cross, it means that the left knee and shin may find the floor. Your right hand holds the outer left thigh and help the thigh turn a little further toward the floor. Just smooth the flesh from the back of your hip all the way through the outer thigh, down through the outer knee. And as you smooth the flesh, you may turn your navel to the left. Hey, Sue. Hi. And your left hand sweeps along the floor, down toward the left, and then all the way up and back. So you use the sweep of your arm to help the navel turn, help the chest open, and then drop your left arm wide. And here we empty, rinsing the belly. See if you can get your breath down into the turn at the navel, and then as you breathe out, the navel turns a little more left and drops the shoulder. Relax your inner thighs and your knees. Good. Get the breath wherever you're experiencing tension or limitation, mid-back, shoulder, jaw. Good. Keep soothing and smoothing that outer hip flesh, so that as you come back into the center, knees bent, feet flat, you pause. Notice left side versus right side. So one of the teachings about Manipura is that in Svanistana, in the energy center below this, we found the polarities of left-right. And now when we create friction between left and right, that creates the fire. Notice left, right. Which one lays more fully to the floor? Which one feels more complete and more completed, finished? All the way to the soles of your feet. So the legs walk out. heels wide, and you loosen the feet. Loosen the ankle, loosen the toes, the toe joints. Loosen your knees, loosen your feet, loosen your knees, wag the tail. Try to find the fluid quality of your body, that we are more than 70% water. Can we feel that? Can we have that sensation of a great water balloon, a hot water bottle? So the left heel is to the outer edge of the left side of the mat, and the right foot crosses over the left to hook at the ankles and make a bind. Right hand overhead, left hand holds the right wrist, and the shoulders may even walk a step to the left. You turn your chin into the left side armpit. And just find your breath slow and full. Notice what's on the floor. Heel. Soften your ankles. What part of your legs are on the floor? Settle into that contact. The hips widen and settle. They are your stability and your mobility. Let them be both. Don't wish them away. They are so important. As we release the tension of the low body, the breath can grow full into the chest. Widen the contact onto the floor of the shoulders. Soften the expression on your face, shifting from will to determination and focus, to skillful smile, to radiant beauty. And that expression softens into the shoulders, the elbows, and the hands. That our own fire warms us, steadies us from inside at all times. Breathe into the belly, hint of a smile, radiant. Give it a little more length with the breath. Open the interior. And then walk your feet in. Uncross. Hands down. Spine to neutral. Notice. These muscles inside of us, layer after layer, through the front and back body are important, but their contraction over time can be very limiting. Those long, soft holds are a repair. Left foot to the center line. Right knee up, right heel up, cross high on the thighs as you can. Hips up and over to the right, arms wide. Draw your knees up and drop to the outer left hip as your right shin crosses and descends. If you're right hand dominant, this side might be really quite an experience. So the left hand comes and coaxes along the outer right hip, outer right thigh. Adjust as needed. Take your time in and out, support with a block as needed. When you're established, left hand rests on right knee and the right hand is free to move. And you explore, palm to the ceiling, slowly moving wide up and down. And once you've spread yourself wide, drop your right arm to the floor. Think about it. Your shoulder may not find the floor, and if it's too much of a reach, keep your hand, your right hand, a little lower so there's no strain in the shoulder. Also, an option is to bend your elbow. Elbow as a post. Smooth the outer right hip again. Give it a little shimmy. And bring your breath now full into the right side waist, right side ribs, and drop the right side body to empty the navel, turning right. 3 of those. If you need to, out the mouth, out the jaw, all the ways that we hold the right side body, all the acts that our right hand does for us every day. Open your right palm, open your right shoulder, drop your right side body. And come back into the middle. Feet flat, up and over, uncross. Pause neutral. It will be a big return, so be steady, take your time. Three full breaths in the nose and ever so slightly out the mouth and nose. Long and full as you can in the nose. Fill the chest, fill the abdomen. The breath is absorbent. Let it gather up everything you freed and cleared and breathe it out. If you like, add by pressing away at the thighs. Bring your palms down beside your hips. Stand your feet flat to the floor. Lift your hips so slightly and put your palms down, thumbs touching under the hips. Then your hips on your palms, on your backs of your hands. Lift your chest, lift your head, look between your knees. You're resting on your elbows now, and walk your elbows in and your heart up high. So you're seated on your hands, palms down, elbows in. Broaden your collarbones, broaden your throat. Right now we are providing access. Out the jaw, out the mouth, heart up, chest broad. That everything, all the space you've made, all the change has a place to go. Extend your legs, point your chin to the sky, reach into the balls of your feet. And as you flex your feet, draw your toes back, the crown drops towards the floor. As you point your toes, your heart comes forward. Flex your feet, drop the top of your head. And then point your toes and feel your heart draw forward, elbows down. Go one more time. Flex your feet, elbows go a little forward. Point your toes, draw your elbows a little back. And then a tuck of the chin, round down. Lean one way, free the hand. Lean the other way, free the hand. Turn your palms open. Put your blanket over your low belly so that you're covered from your thighs to your diaphragm at least. And as you settle, loosen your feet. Loosen your knees. Fidget. And then be still. Three big breaths. Each one settling you more fully
heels on the floor. The backs of your thighs and your hips on the floor. The backs of your shoulders, the backs of your hands on the floor. And the back of your head on the floor. Rest in the back of your body and feel its support. Manipura can be overactivated and we can feel an exhausting form of agitation. And so we find the exhalation. We rest in the back of the body. And let the blaze burn down. In the quiet, let your attention rest in the center of your forehead. And 3 simple breaths at the center of the forehead. Face soft. In the base of the throat, a breath there. Body at ease. A breath into the right shoulder. A breath in the right elbow. Breath in the right wrist. And a breath in the right fingertips. Breath in the right wrist. Breath in the right elbow. In the right shoulder. Left shoulder, a simple breath. Body is effortless. Left elbow. Left wrist, a breath. Left fingertips, left shoulder, base of the throat, a simple breath. Center of the belly. Right hip, a simple breath, body at ease. Right knee, right ankle, right toes, a simple breath. Right ankle, right knee, right hip, left hip, a single simple breath, left knee, a simple breath, left ankle, left toes, left ankle, left knee, left hip, center of the belly, 3 simple breaths, body effortless. Resting in the quiet of our body. Feeling how it replenishes us. A breath at a time. Completely at ease. so that you can move the hands overhead. Slowly using the lift of your hands to deepen your breath. With the hands open the ribs and the chest. So that you can walk your feet in. Knees bend, feet flat. And if your hands are overhead, just roll to your right side and rest your ear on your upper right arm. And breathe into the back of your chest, re-inflating, equaling the back and the front. And then as you're ready, rolling up, finding a simple seat. So if that means putting a blanket beneath you, if it means putting a block beneath you, just build your seat. Sitting tall, eyes closed, hands to thighs. In that posture, begin to build your breath so slightly and give yourself the time to fidget around it. Allow your inhalation to lengthen your spine. And the exhale, navel to spine, to give you a sensation of structure and arrival. The inhale builds length and height and reach. And the exhale is a foundation, a steadiness, a strength. So if you can find an inhale a count of 4, and your exhale a count of 4, heart is up, spine is long, chin so softly in, the breath is silent and smooth. As the breath smooths, allow a little physical fidget. If 4 is a count that gives you a little more breath than you usually have, stay 4. If there's more space, go to 6 counts in, 6 counts out. At the end of your exhalation, wherever you've gone, pause for 2 counts. Navel to spine, rest in that structure. And like a rubber band pulled back and pause, let it build. Your inhale will grow as you let it go. At the base of your exhale, you pause for 2 counts. Rest in that stability and then release to rise. Just keep that flow. If it's 6 and you find more space and you'd like 8, then go to 8 counts. If you're ready, increase the pause from 2 to 4. In for 6, out for 6, pause for 4, just for 1 more minute. Becoming more and more circular with your breath. That when you release that hold, it rides, gliding up and back down. That this is the innate quality of Manipura. The solid foundation of our self-esteem, our understanding of ourselves, solid and true, integrity. And then the ignition, the freedom, the lift, the exploration, the light. feel heavy or lost, inert, find this breath. And return to normal breathing now and notice the energy in the abdomen. The quality of radiance. We use our will. We initiate instructions. We make choices. And over time this becomes discipline. Over time, discipline becomes skill. Skill softens, rounds, delights, informs. From this skill, we become radiant. The blaze subsides and diffuses until we are all light. Hands high, sweep wide. Palms together. We'll go our 3 ohms. Om on the exhale. One more. Thumbs to the forehead center. Om Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste. Have a fantastic Saturday. Replay the first, it's about 35 minutes is a good stopping place. If that's all the time you have, continue further for that deep opening. Twists are an aspect of balance to Manipura because they show us both sides. We get tight. That's the holding of the right side or the left side. We dominate one side against the other. And when both sides are working, it's that friction that we want. We want the body to meet the body and create the spark, create the heat, create the fire. And then we want to put it out and then light it up. Right? So all of these postures, let them be quick, let them be slow. Listen to what you need. Replay as you choose. And I will see you tomorrow. 8 a.m. back into NABHI KRIYA. Thank you for your time, for your morning. Have a great afternoon, loves. Sat Nam.